Hey there, beautiful soul. We're doing a soul mission reading. I'm Mia Moksha. I'm a mystic, and these questions can be found in timestamps below the description. You can watch this. This is the energy for the collective at this time that I'm posting this, which is July 2024, but it could be for you personally whenever you come across this reading. And you can always use the questions for yourself, to pull cards for yourself to see what you get. For your own specific soul mission, or any time that you're watching this in the future. Okay, this is a simple and clean reading, no colorful cards, just straight to the point, just answering the questions. We have 8 questions. All right, so what resources are available to you right now? What resources are available to you right now? Okay, so you're in a really strong manifestation period right now, where if whatever you need will come to you very easily. Fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Oh wow. Yeah, so Spirit is basically saying here that whatever you need will provide you with it. You may have seen proof of this by manifesting smaller things, a lot of smaller things, like many at this time, just recently, or you will soon, which is the universe kind of prompting you and telling you, like, hey, if you need anything, this is a good time to ask, especially when it comes to your business or your career, or your projects, your business projects, your personal projects, your soul mission projects. This is a good time to ask, and they will manifest it for you, as long as it's within reason, like something that can be reasonable for it to show up in your life somehow. That would be normal for it to like somehow pop up. Yeah, like for example, like I was looking for a bike rack for my car. My neighbor moved out, had extra, really good brand, worked out, things like that. Mountain, major challenge to overcome. This is where you need to realize that you are a very powerful manifester, and you have become this over time. So if you're questioning your manifestation abilities because, like, hey, I've been asking for this for a very long time, I've been looking forward to this and believing that I will get this in my career or in my home or my connection with others or resources, and I never receive them. Spirit is kind of saying, like, this is a challenge for you to overcome, the like not believing that you manifest things very quickly and easily. Okay. The Devil in reverse, and with the 7 of Cups in reverse, I feel like this is like the Capricorn, the physical energy. This is in fact happening for you, Spirit is saying. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. Ask and you shall receive. Spirit's like kind of almost challenging you. Try it and see what happens. There's a little bit of apprehension here from your side, because maybe in the past you've asked for things and you didn't get it right away, or not in the way that you wanted, or not enough, or didn't get it at all, and you feel like your faith has been shaken in terms of your manifestation abilities. Spirit's like, try it now. Try it now. They're kind of being a little almost teasing you now. It's like playfully kind of provoking you to kind of give it a shot, because I think you'll be surprised how much the energy has changed recently. So much so that you will instantaneously manifest a lot of things that you need, as long as it's within reason. And start with smaller things first. Start with inexpensive things first and work your way up. And have like a list. Ask for several things. Go throughout your day. like looking at things that you are grateful for, but would like a better version of, or could use. Like, hey, I love the desk that I have. I love the new office that I have. I love the setup, but I could do with a new printer. I could do with a new scanning machine or a new whatever, this or that, or, like I would love to get new curtains, but then to do all the research or do all this, or to get this new kind of electronic, but to do all the research, like it'd be easy just to find the right one right away. So something within reason, something you don't need, something you don't mind if you don't get at first, but that, just making a list like, oh yeah, I can use a new headboard, I can use a new desk lamp, I can use a new, just making a list and see how many things manifest and see what kind of things are manifesting. And that's the direction Spirit wants you to go into when it comes to manifesting bigger things, and then level it up to something a little bit small to medium size, and then a medium size, and you'll be shown the way. If you have a list of a lot of things that you would like but don't necessarily need, won't be upset if you don't need, kind of forgot about. When several things start manifesting, that's the direction Spirit wants you to manifest more in. So that's what I'm getting for that. Okay, so what questions should you be asking yourself when it comes to your soul mission? What questions should you be asking yourself? Okay, the Eight of Cups and the Empress. What are you all set with? What can you definitely leave now to be your best self? You are now in your most authentic energy that you've ever been in. You're doing really well. You're in this very high frequency divine energy, and you know this because you're ready to leave things behind very easily. You're very happy to go. The bittersweet feelings have come and gone. The nostalgia of the old things, the inner work and shadow work with any situations or connections that might have been tough for you to leave, or might have been cycles for you to heal. You're easily welcoming change. You're easily walking away from these things. It's not like you're saying goodbye or wanting one last, moment with this old version of yourself, or this old habit, or this old connection, or this old possession, old way of doing things. You're so very comfortable in getting rid of the old because you know and excited for the new to come in. Okay, so what kind of questions should you be asking? Yeah. Coins, money will be coming to you. What can I get rid of to bring more money in, more abundance in? So the more stuff you can release and let go of and get rid of in your life right now from your old life will only bring in new stuff. So you don't have to become a minimalist. You don't have to cut out every person that you know. You don't have to completely change how you do everything, but anything that reminds you of the old life or the old version of yourself that no longer serves you, that that you're completely okay with cutting off forever or for the meantime, because you need to make space. This is coming in. It needs space to come in. This is money, abundance. So anything that you feel like is taking away your abundance energies, old clothes that don't fit you anymore, that you don't like the way it looks on you, get rid of it, donate it, repurpose it, or respectfully give those clothes appreciation, thank it for what it gave you, and let it go. And you can just go through like a lot of things and just kind of get rid of things that you're not going to use. Maybe you bought some things and you haven't used it. You won't really like it, or you won't really it's just taking up space, let it go. Move it all out. It's time to do some spring cleaning, no matter what season you're watching this in. What can you release in your life to make space for this new energy coming in? Because with this money, imagine what you're going to be spending this money for. Ask yourself, like, what will you do with this money that can add value to your life immediately in the short term and in the long term? You don't want to spend all your money right away, because you want to save it for your bigger long-term goals. But there's some things that you can use to help you get to those long-term goals immediately. Maybe refreshing your wardrobes, fixing your car or home, eating more healthier organic foods, getting equipment that you might need, appliances, technology, just things that you will be needing to make your, things that you might need for your hobby, things that you can use, tools that, have a lot of, like, you're investing in because it'll help you for a long time. Things that you can invest in immediately that will help you in the long term also. So that's the big questions you can be asking. It's like, it's specifically around money. When you get all these resources, when you get this abundance, when you specifically get all this money, what will you be using it for? Those things that there's like obviously long-term things, but then there's short-term things that you might get. You might get a new comforter or a new blanket if your blanket has holes in them. It might be time to get a new blanket if your socks have holes in them. It might be time to get new pairs of socks, maybe better quality ones. You had those eye out for those, really nice hiking shoes or running sneakers or earthing shoes, whatever. Get rid of the things that are broken, that you won't ever use again. Give it a second life. Give it to someone who might use it. Repurpose them or thank it for what it gave you and, release it. Because you will be getting the money to get the things that you need for the long term. It could, even like I mentioned, shoes, like, if you're investing in your health and you want to go on runs more, things like that. Air quality, air purifiers or whatever it is. You might want a new fountain in your front yard, whatever it is. If you have like bricks laying around that you're like, I've been meaning to kind of build this thing, get rid of the things that you don't need. Old pieces of wood, old pots that plants came in, don't be a hoarder. So figure out, the questions you should be asking is specifically about money. What will you be using for, and what can you get rid of now that can make space for new things? In need of help, assistance, and guidance. And the second thing that you're going to be asking yourself is, in terms of your soul mission, is what calls to you? What kind of people, situations call to you that you can lend a hand in? You can help people in many different ways, and maybe what you'll be helping people with in your soul mission might be in a lot of different areas, maybe in a lot of different ways. But at this time, follow this one thread. Figure out one specific thing that calls to you the most. What is the most important thing, or what do you feel like is a crossover of all the important things that you feel like needs the most help and guidance and assistance at this time? Is it the education system? Is it people's health? Is it healing? Is it mental health? Is it physical health? Is it education about the technology nowadays? Is it about engineering or spirituality or culture or learning how to make things from scratch, being more sustainable, or how to curate certain kinds of relationships, parent-child relationships, friendships, working relationships, whatever it is, like what calls to you. And maybe if you can make a list or a Venn diagram of all the things that you like, and then kind of see like what things overlap, and kind of figure out what can you do to help people in that category. Maybe it's very specific, something unique, very specific to you, or maybe someone else is doing something similar. Maybe there's a niche for it out there, or maybe you're trying something new for the first time, and you're the way shower. You're gonna show people what this is about. Okay. Wow. And union, harmony, peace. Yeah. I'm getting, of course, you're coming into union with the divine, with your more authentic self, your higher self, and with like-minded, kindred souls like yourself in this process. So as you're doing this process of clearing out things that you would immediately replace is if you got money, like a lot of money today, a lot of resources today, and getting rid of the old things that didn't work, that are half done, that you said you'll get to, or that are breaking apart, or needs to be cleared out, getting cobwebs all over it, or was a failed idea, whatever it is, it's just clear that out so it can bring in the money and abundance energy. And the second thing is working out, like put pen to paper, get a notebook or a specific notebook where you can just kind of doodle and sketch ideas every day, maybe once in a great while, once a few times a week, whatever. This is a good time at this time that you're watching this, but I'm posting around July 2024, that summer. This is a really good summer to just kind of brainstorm. Let the ideas flow through you, come through you. Maybe the first idea, second idea might be not great, third idea might be not great. Maybe the first idea with the fourth idea make something happen. You never know. Just this is the time to get some pen and paper. And as you do this process, you'll start seeing money come in, manifestations come in, and finding so as you're clearing things out, asking yourself questions about what actually do I not need anymore. You'll see manifestations start coming in, a little bit of money, and you'll start seeing, as you start asking yourself, what do I want to work on? Finding kindred souls. All right. Okay, next question. What skills and knowledge will this require? What skills and knowledge will your soul mission require at this time? Don't be afraid to learn new things at this time. Until your dying breath, if you're a light worker, starseed, way shower, spiritual warrior, light bearer, just a leader, a very intuitive person, you're very inquisitive, you're very curious, and that will never die. You may get tired of it, you might want to settle, you might just want to chill with an idea for a long time, or go back to your home base for a second. But you're always going to want to be learning and finding out new things. Rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. I'm getting humble yourself. You know a lot about a lot of things at this point, right? Lightworker. And the best way to humble yourself is to enter a topic, an interest, activity that you don't know much about or don't know anything about. And it really humbles you because it reminds you of how much there is to learn out there and how little you know. So as much as you think you know, there's always more you can learn. So try to find something that you don't know. So a skill that you don't know or knowledge that you don't know, and learn it at this time. So Spirit isn't asking you to drudge up old skills to use them at this time. Right now, it's a time of brainstorming, channeling ideas from your higher self and source energy and your spirit guides, and finding inspiration at this time. You're figuring out your soul mission. This is like a lifelong thing, right? It's not gonna happen overnight. It might take this whole month to kind of figure it out. And so while you're going through all these creative processes, asking yourself questions, seeing little manifestations come in, you're kind of taking it easy, playing with a lot of things. You're letting your inner child and kind of your more authentic self shine at this time. The way that you can be most authentic at this time, you're going into your 5D, you're going into your most authentic self. And for most of us, we have a hard time being our true authentic self because we've been given so many rules and regulations to play by, and the societal norms and the societal expectations that we grew up with, and the world's rules and everything, that when we think of our authentic self, usually we think back to when we were a child, because that's when we were like more free to kind of do whatever we wanted. Some people might revert back to their spiritual awakening, because that's also kind of like a second birth. Third birth. The first birth is when you're actually born. The second birth is when you are aware of your consciousness. The third birth is when you have your spiritual awakening, right? So, you might go back, you might revert back to when you were a kid and just like having fun and letting your imagination go wild, and also back to your spiritual awakening where you're just kind of like, wow, the world is so much bigger, and your mind just explodes with how much there is out there that we didn't know previously. So it's kind of getting back into that phase, because that's when you were the most authentic, but you're learning to walk and crawl in this 5D energy again, where you might want to kind of allow yourself to be imaginative and be creative, and learn something new. And maybe you'll start thinking from that perspective again, like, oh, what can I learn? What kind of questions can I ask? What can I see that's like different? Like looking at the details, looking at what things that interest you in this very broad topic. Okay, and broken ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. So what skills and knowledge will this require? Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. For the Page of Pentacles to the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, so at this time, you might be divorcing from a career, a job, a hobby that you've been very passionate in, even a relationship, a friendship, or a romantic relationship, or even close family relationship, or even your business, or your place of work. Things that you've been kind of working on, you might feel a need to kind of take some time away from it, or completely cut it off, completely leave these situations or connections. I'm getting from Spirit, like, don't worry, like, it's not like a falling out, it's not a tower moment, it's not a dark night of the soul. No, it's just so you can think freely. It's all about you stepping into this new 5D paradigm with new eyes and an open mind, and they really want you to get back into that mindset and grow up in this 5D way. So it's kind of like a crash course in 5D living, where like how the rest of the collective, the unawakened and awakening collective, are getting a crash course in their spiritual awakening. Awakened souls and those who are already highly spiritual, light workers, stars, seeds, way showers, spiritual leaders, you're getting a crash course in 5D living. So like you're essentially going into 5D as with only the knowledge that you have as a child or during your spiritual awakening, with this boundless curiosity and interest and fascination with everything, and you're going from that childlike state to a teenager state very quickly, so you can survive in this 5D world, even though in the 5D you're kind of like taken care of, essentially things manifest for you and everything, but it's kind of like you need to be able to know how to work in the 5D at least a little bit, and that's what you're getting a crash course in. So you have some footing to kind of keep going. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, the skills and knowledge that you have gained up till now, all the work that you put in your connections and long-term investments in your work, whatever you've worked on, is kind of being thrown out the window. And it's not for nothing. It's just that Spirit needs you to be kind of in a different mindset going into 5D. So the skills and knowledge that you require is to kind of reset. Do you remember how to reset? It's been a minute, huh? Okay, and you might have been resetting a little bit every time you kind of refined your beliefs after your spiritual awakening, but this is a huge reset. This is into 5D. That's a major reset. Okay, where can you best draw inspiration from at this time? Where can you best draw inspiration from at this time? Chariot. Traveling, and it doesn't have to be like you're visiting a place that's far away, or you're staying in a hotel in the city for the weekend, or visiting someone and staying at your aunts or sisters or like friend's place for like a week. It's just kind of even just getting in your car and driving around, going for a walk, taking a bike ride, maybe going into the city and then coming back. It's just a quick, easy, simple traveling more, seeing new sights, going on new trails, taking that road that you don't usually take or always were curious about, getting lost a little bit, just wandering. Going to visit a mountain you've never visited, going to visit a friend who you've been meaning to visit, things like that. Egg, success assured with good plans and hard work. So it seems like the plans that you're laying now are something you're going to be working on for a very, very long time. This is an investment. This isn't just your soul mission. This is like your career, your job, your work, your livelihood. This is something that you're going to be working on for a very, very long time. It's worth it to take in as much as you can right now. Inspiration, wherever you're being guided to, wherever you feel like doing that day, following your guidance. If you feel like, I feel like taking a walk over here today, or, I feel like ringing up that friend, or I feel like, whatever it is, it's a good time to kind of explore and be inspired, and not kind of have to feel like with 2 hours worth of exploration that you need to come up with an idea immediately right now, or your whole career, money, life, business depends on it. Like, no, This is a time to take it easy, get as much inspiration, ideas, information, downloads as you can. Take your time doing that. Harp. Great happiness. Yeah. And not for nothing, like, you're meant to enjoy this process. That's kind of like getting used to 5D. You're supposed to enjoy getting inspired, figuring out what you want to work on next, whether it's a small project or a big project, whether this project leads to something more or it's just a small project that once it's done, it's finished and it's there. You're supposed to enjoy getting inspired with many ideas, one idea, a lot of ideas on just one thing, just collaborating ideas, fleshing some out, not caring about others, sharing those ideas that you don't want to work on with others, like whatever. You're supposed to enjoy that. That's what 5D is all about. So at this time, I feel like the soul mission is really focused on getting adjusted to 5D energies. Yeah, letting yourself be unhooked, essentially, and freed from this cage you've been in. And this 3D cage you've been in. Yeah, with the harp, I like the swords here look like strings on the harp. You're meant to have this great happiness, building a nest egg. I feel like a lot you're investing in your future and humanity's future at this time. It's worth it to take a month or two to kind of make sure you like what you're going to be doing, that you like what you're going to be doing every day, that you like who you are and excited about being excited every day when you wake up to work on whatever you want to work on. So I feel like the soul mission, I thought it was going to be something more specific, but it seems like the more we look into this, it's getting into unhooking from the 3D and going into 5D. And just the way we manifest, bring in money, bring in our soul mission and what we would like to do. Looking at things from the point of view of, what do I want to create today? What does my intuition guide me to do? It's following your instinct. And then, really just getting inspired by wandering a lot. Wandering around and seeing what sparks your interest and getting used to that, getting used to doing more of that in the future. All right, so let's go into the second part. Where can you best draw inspiration from at this time? Wait, did we already do that? No, okay. What can help you at this time? What can help you at this time? King of Cups. Loving yourself in the divine. Pouring so much love into yourself and into the divine. This is saying things like, I'm so glad that, the universe and I are experiencing this beautiful landscape together at this time. Enjoying this music while on this walk at this time, or getting to taste this really healthy food from my garden. Whatever it is, like really loving your life, loving these experiences that you're sharing with source energy, and just you did it. So enjoy it and love yourself, love your life. This is what going to 5D is all about. It's like you're loving life right now. Just enjoy it. Pale, time to get out of a situation. Yeah. I'm getting, first of all, if you are hooked up with the wrong romantic situation right now, we really need to get out of it. It's time. You waited long enough. If you're still in one, it means that you probably postponed what was inevitable for a while now, a few months, a year, whatever. Or if you're still holding on to family members, old friends, people like your neighbors or coworkers that you're like, I don't know why I indulge this connection. Get out of it now. Put up your boundaries, say your goodbyes, or ask for your space for, I don't know, a certain amount of time, or just, leave it open-ended. This is the time to do it. This is time to focus on you and only you. You and the universe. That's where you do your best work. It's kind of worth it if you have like a month or two to kind of just be on your own and just be as spiritual, intuitive, creative, and in tune with the downloads as much as you can be. This is the time to do it right now, light worker. Cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. Yeah, and you're super, super, super protected right now because you're going into the 5D. So first of all, once you go into the 5D, people who are not in the 5D are, repelled, kind of bounce off of your energy because you have this protective bubble around you when you're in the 5D, that nothing negative can pierce that veil, and nothing that is not of light and love. And also because you're connecting to the divine so strongly at this time, and also being in your true authentic power, these things all together allow you to be super, super, super protected at this time. So you're meant to do this light work at this time, beautiful soul. So please follow your intuition and do that if you feel it's right. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune. This is the time to do it. And this isn't a situation where it's like, oh, you'll get another chance later this year or next year. No, whenever you're watching this reading, this is the time. The next month and a half, or the next couple of months at the most. But yeah, at the least this whole month. This month and a half to 2 months. Really just, this is the time to give to yourself. If you're married and if you have kids, or if you have people that you're responsible for, your parents, your grandparents, your grandkids, extended family, or people you're looking after in the neighborhood, or in your community, or if you're being relied upon a lot by people at your work, this is a good time to kind of minimize that as much as possible. Do your bare essentials, bare necessities, and really, really carve out time to be on your own as much as you can, and make sure that people understand why, and that you just need, some space to do some stuff, whatever excuse you want to do, whether you want to white lie or completely tell them the truth, whatever it is, up to you. Tell them a lot or a little, just you need your space. This is the time to do it. It will really, really immensely help you at this time. Okay, and then what are your blockages, or what are some distractions that you could avoid at this time? Okay. Temperance. For your blockages, or what you want to be aware of that's not helping you at this time. Casket. Someone going out of your life, or the end of a situation. Okay, that came up multiple times, and it had broken ring, parting of ways in either romance or business, pale, time to get out of a situation, and now casket, someone going out of your life. So there's people, places, situations, things that are leaving your life, old things, even physically, little things that you don't need anymore, that you're going to make space for new things to come in, people and situations, maybe a job situation, maybe a living situation, maybe a habit, or just whatever it is, whatever gives you peace of mind. Whatever doesn't give you peace of mind, it needs to go. Whatever you can't bring with you into the 5D, or wouldn't want to bring into the 5D, you gotta let go. Okay. Think of them as good as dead. or that's so harsh. It's very, but basically think of it as if they're not coming back into your life, and that way when they do, it'll be a happy moment. You know, be a happy situation. Oh, this person, place, or thing is brought into the 5D. It's raised its frequency enough to come into the 5D. What a celebration! What something to be overjoyed with. But if you're not sure, just might as well think that you're not going to see these people, places, or things again. And with that mindset, if these people, places, and things raise their frequencies, then you can welcome it with a lot of love and light. Okay, frying pan. Trouble, accusations, yeah. The thing is, this is going to be short-lived. The casket, the things people leaving, there's going to be things that might never come back into your life that are too low in frequency, that is never going to come into 5D. And you might know what some of these things are. And as a collective, we know what some of these things are. These are some horrible behaviors, negative things that people consume, you know. Maybe food, maybe videos of certain kinds, really, really negative, gory, horrific images, videos, stories, situations, violence. Yeah, those things are definite, like obviously not coming into the 5D. But some like other things that you might not expect, certain foods or specific kind of behaviors, you know. But yeah, people, places, and things, even like locations. You might be kind of guided to not go to certain locations because the frequency is so low, but you're going to be guided to more high frequency places. And you can go to those low frequency lands and places and stuff like that, and you'll be super protected, but it's kind of like, you know, that city is, you know, on fire. It's like basically a garbage fire, and why would you want to walk into the middle of that? You know, it's going to be horrific, it's going to be gross, it's going to smell, it's going to be messy and dirty and all sorts of evil. Like, why would you want to walk into that kind of thing? You would be protected, but like, you probably want to stay in the high frequency places, and it'll, you know, help you out anyway. But yeah, that's gonna last. There's some things that are never gonna come back into your life because you're gonna want to stay in 5D. And you're gonna, from now on, you're gonna be in 5D more often than not. So this kind of mirrors like the collective energy, where like the unawakened and awakening, just awakening folks, they're going into 5D for the first time, but it's little spurts at a time, right? Whereas those that have been on their spiritual journey for a very long time, they're going into 5D for 5D 51% of the time or more. And they're starting to stay in 5D more and more and come down to 3D less and less and less. You see the kind of mirror there. Okay, what's temporary is people who might feel a little friction with you kind of avoiding them or saying goodbye or not talking back with them or putting up boundaries or moving away or doing your own thing or not wanting to participate in 3D things or, you know, whatever it is. Even just you existing and living your best life will trigger people. But the only people will trigger is people who can even get close enough to you, who can spend a little bit of time in 5D at a time to even come and see you and visit you or talk to you and enter your energies when they're in the 5D energy in little spurts. They're the only people that you're going to trigger, and they're going to be few and far in between. Most likely people that you're close to, or even people that you come across that want to learn from you and want to be guided by you. But obviously will have a little bit of a complex as they go through their initial stages of awakening, right? Okay, so that's something to be aware of. I just saw 222 earlier, 333 when I started this reading, and then 444 just now. Okay, Ace of Wands. It happens very quickly, like a light switch. I'm hearing the Fool card, the flip, the switch. Okay, so once you go from being like 49% in 3D and 51% in 5D to 50%, and then to 51% in 5D and 49% in 3D, there's a switch that happens. You're now in the 5D. You're considered to be now in the 5D. You're more in the 5D than you are in the 3D. And they're saying it turns on like a light switch. So I don't know what that means specifically, but Spirit's saying like, yeah, you turn into this kind of like angelic being. So your skin is going to start to glow more. There's going to be like a light. Your aura is going to be more noticeable. Light around your body. You're going to be able to see auras differently. Your eyesight's going to change. Your senses are going to change. Obviously, your sixth sense, your psychic intuitive abilities are going to strengthen. But this is just the beginning of it. You're at 51%, and then you're going to go into 52. You're going to grow into your teenager phase. But yeah, I'm getting, it's interesting. That I use the phrase teenager because in a energy update reading I did, at some point I mentioned that the unawakened collective, they're going to go through their spiritual awakening and they're going to throw a lot of tantrums at first. You're going to have to let them kind of figure it out, go through their dark night of the soul. And they're going to be asking a lot of questions and learning as they enter their teenage phase of their spiritual journey. You're entering the teenage phase of your 5D journey, 5D life. Interesting. And it happens very quickly. It's like a light switch, they're saying. I want to get more information on that. Let's see. The next question is, how will you know that you're on the right path? If Spirit doesn't answer the question, I want to clarify this at the end. How will you know that you're on the right path? The Death card. Casket and the Death card. Yeah. The transformation will be complete, I'm hearing. Door. Opportunities are waiting for you. Yeah, it's like you go through a door, a light switch turns on, the transformation is complete, you'll know it, you'll feel it, I'm hearing. And as soon as you walk through the door, opportunities are abundant in everything, Right now you might be manifesting some small things, manifesting some money or resources, manifesting some ideas of what you want to do to help, others, in service to others. But once you walk through this door to 5D, it's on. Like everything. It's everything. Your opportunities and everything open up. The example I've been using is, for example, a new wardrobe. In the beginning, you might use your money to, create a wardrobe that's more authentic to yourself and to the kind of work that you are going to be doing. But you might go through the door and then realize you could literally design anything however you want it. Whether it's your clothes or your curtains or your bed sheets or everything. You have unlimited creative freedom. That's just like a small example, but like really opportunities to work with others, opportunities to work on different kinds of projects. Some stuff with food, some stuff with the health, some stuff with the technology, some stuff with, community building, whatever it is. The opportunities are so abundant that you'll have to turn a lot of them down and really figure out what interests you, what piques your interest the most. Angel, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. And again, you will be protected, because I feel like there's going to be some opportunities for some of you where, for example, for you to be in the public eye or to work with media, and it's like, oh, do I really want to be out there putting my face out there? Like, I know how hard it is to be in the limelight. You get so much criticism. You're confronted with a lot of negativity. It's just kind of thrown in your face, and do I really want to deal with that? Or I have this big idea, people are going to make fun of it, or people are not going to understand it. People are not going to care enough for this to make this successful. Will I have the space? Like, there's so many industries who shoot down people with these ideas because they want to continue making money. Like, what am I going to do? Like, I know I've heard so many people were mysteriously disappeared because of these big corporations or whatever. Okay, so you're protected. You're protected. Your ideas, your projects, whatever you work on, the people you work with, your resources, your stability, security, everything's you're protected. Your health, everything, from black magic to hitmans to negativity from the public, everything, you're protected. Okay, not that you won't see it here and there, but you're completely protected. There's that door. Yeah, walking through that door. You'll know it because you'll feel like you walked into a different time or a different dimension. You'll feel it. It feels like walking through some invisible, bubbly, filmy, from a sci-fi movie or TV show kind of portal. Like, you'll feel it. Change completely. At first it feels like you'll feel apprehensive because everything will feel different but look the same. And so you're kind of testing things out a little bit. Let me see if I get March. I'm getting like marching orders. Could came out in reverse. March, like marching orders. Angel, you have your marching orders. It seems like you're gonna have an influx of opportunities, and it's gonna be very obvious that you're supposed to take one of them and go with it, or take a few of them or many of them and go with it. So Spirit's like, okay, you're in the 5D now. Here's a bunch of opportunities. Pick one and go, or pick a few, or pick several that you like, or some small ones or one big one, or whatever it is. I'm gonna pull one more card. Manifest. Yeah, again, it's just apprehension from the 3D. It's kind of like you've awakened and you feel this immense amount of love and light energy from the divine, of course, walking into this 5D. But again, you're 49% in 3D, 51% in 5D. So it's kind of still like, you can't forget those scared, nervous, unsure, afraid, fearful, unclear, very apprehensive about the unknown feelings. Those are still there, less so than ever before, but they're still there. So you just kind of take it one step at a time. Yeah. Okay, and then Spirit's message to you. Spirit's message to you. Knight of Cups, Page of Cups. Yeah, Knight of Cups. Your job, Spirit is saying, is to literally just get used to the amount of love and light that we have for you. Love being physical abundance and authentic manifestations, whether that's connections, people, places, things, creations, inspiration. Light as in knowledge, wisdom, also inspiration, and just willingness, courage. Bread, period of prosperity and abundance. Yeah, you're just kind of learning how to be in this 5D energy, which is like you get everything you want whenever you want it, and not being afraid of the consequences. So in the beginning, when you first walk through this 5D door, your first, spiritual work is to kind of get used to being creative all the time, doing what you want, being inspired by the day, sharing ideas, working with others, working by yourself on things that inspire you, you're motivated to work on, that are important to you, that you feel passionate about. And getting used to just manifesting things that you need to work on those creative projects, and getting used to having money, getting used to the feeling of stability and security, and not feel like it's going to be taken away, or you need to save for a rainy day, or that people are going to be after you for this kind of energy or money. In the beginning, it might really feel like that. You are protected, especially when you first walk through the door, more so than than you've ever been, just because you're in 5D energies more now, and you're working on these things. But yeah, you're at this time, it's gonna feel like miraculous energies, like you're just getting spoiled by the universe with gifts, with lavish gifts and resources, and just like a playground to play in and to just create and do whatever you want. So you're just getting kind of used to it as like kind of a child form going into your teenage form in this 5D energy. So Spirit's giving you a lot of protection and a lot of space to kind of create and get used to this. Star card. Oh wow, success is guaranteed. Yeah, guaranteed success. And we have that here again. Success assured. Yeah, this is 5D energies. Everything you work on, everything you create, everything you do is helpful to the divine, is successful, works out. You just need to think it and believe in it and know it and visualize it, and it comes to be. It seems so bizarre. It seems so like too good, too woo woo, too like, look at this, mystic tarot card reader talking about the impossible again. No, it's not possible. It's here. You got to get used to it. Page of Wands in reverse. We have Page of Cups, Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles. You're just a little newbie. 5D newbie. You've been in higher dimensions, but in this physical form, in this as an extension of this physical life, you haven't in this way, without all your knowledge and wisdom of your soul that you have on the other side, that you forgot when you reincarnated here. You haven't gone into 5D with this limited knowledge and experience and abilities turned on, or mastered. You've mastered a lot in a lot of lifetimes. You mastered a lot in even this lifetime, but there's so incredibly much that you know and that you're good at, that you're skilled in, that you have access to in terms of information, that you're cut off from. And this is like why it's different going into the 5D as literally a newborn baby instead of like a full-fledged soul. You're going as a human baby. Okay, so as promised, I just want to pull one more clarifier on this card, this section about walking through is like a light switch. I think we did get enough information on that, of why it looks like the way it does. Walking through the door. Unicorn. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. And so I do feel like you'll feel it. You'll intuitively know that you're in a different dimension now. That your body, your spirit, your mind, your heart, your soul has entered a different dimension for the long haul. This is your new home now. This is your physical reincarnation's new home now, the 5D. Your spirit is like, wow, what's going on? It's so awesome. Your subconscious mind, your super subconscious mind, your higher self, right? But then higher versions of you, your soul's like, yeah, welcome back, you know. All right, so I hope you enjoy the reading, and I wish you much love and light.